as Fabian Schär plays a really nice ball into Almiron, who takes it down really well, and he's got a good ball on his Osula. Osula's through on goal for Newcastle. It's Osula, and it's a good covering challenge from the Wimbledon centre-back Joe Lewis, the captain, who's been... Well, he trapped Osula really well there, but a really nice bit of play from Almiron.
Yeah, he had to. I mean, it was superb control by Almiron inside the centre circle.
Premier League side, Newcastle, coming into this game in really good form. 7th in the Premier League table, 11 points from their opening 6 games. They've only been beaten once in all competitions this season. That was against Fulham a few weeks back. A really disappointing 3-1 display away at Craven Cottage, but that draw at the weekend against Man City's really lifted the spirits of the whole club and the supporters, hasn't it, Paul?
Yeah, it was a good performance as well. It wasn't just the fact that we got a point and could perhaps have nicked it if we got that second penalty, but it was bright defensively. It was a really good, strong display.
It'll be Riley Harbottle coming all the way from centre back to take that throw in. Clearly something they work on here, because it looks like it's going to be another long throw into the box, which they've done twice now. Not caused too much problems so far. It's hoisted in, it's headed away by Lloyd Kelly. The second ball is won by Wimbledon, and it's still in Newcastle's box. Joe Linton battling with Bougiel, the number 9, the striker, the top goal scorer for Wimbledon this season, as Biller tries to cross it in. He does as well, and it's a good cross and well dealt with from Fabian Schär. There is a free kick in there, though. He's pushed, but a really threatening ball in there from Biller, and if there hadn't been a foul, that would have been a big problem for Newcastle.
They may have changed their name, but they haven't really changed the style. They are traditional, old school. It was a good long throw. Morecambe are ahead against Bradford as well, Henry.
Yeah, that's in League 2, of course, as well. Bradford City, Wimbledon's last opponents, drew 0-0, so a good start for Morecambe. And Bolton Wanderers tonight will bring you any updates from any of the games happening across Europe this evening. Lots of Champions League football to look forward to as well as we get them. As Newcastle try and mount an attack here through Lloyd Kelly. Lloyd Kelly to Harvey Barnes. The ball zipping across the surface, but Harvey Barnes is quick enough to get to it. A left-footed cross in, and it's headed away by Joe Lewis, who's been heavily involved so far in this game. Harvey Barnes has it back, plays trying a low cross, but it didn't beat the first man, and Wimbledon have dealt with that well. Livramento for Newcastle plays it to Almiron on the right wing. Almiron will cut on his left foot, as he often does. And Lloyd Kelly's in a bit of space here on the edge of the box. If he plays in Harvey Barnes, there could be a good chance here. And it's a really poor pass. Took his eye off it, and that was the right pass, but the wrong execution, wasn't it, Paul?
Exactly. I think he just had a little bit of a rush of blood to that. He tried to draw the Wimbledon player closer to him, and then he fisted to Harvey Barnes, and he overclubbed it. He really did.
Certainly did. Newcastle fans groaning at that effort. There's a lot of fans here tonight who won't normally be at regular games, of course, which is great to see. Great to have the young'uns, a lot of young children in the crowd as I came in here. Great to have their first experience. Often that first experience these days comes in a cup game because there's slightly less demand for tickets. It's a great ball from Fabian Schär. He might be off here. Almiron brings it down well, and he actually does score, but the referee signals a free kick. The linesman had his flag up nice and early there, and a good move from Newcastle. Almiron just mistiming his run there, but a really clever ball from Fabian Schär, who's got that in his locker, hasn't he?
In Fabian Schär playing on the left side of the two central defence, he's very comfortable in there. He played it on the right foot. He saw Almiron's run, but Almiron went too early. The back three stepped up, took it down, brought it down nicely, and slid it past the goalkeeper. I think Goodman knew that the flag was going to go up and didn't really exert himself.
Wimbledon again trying to play that long ball over the top, trying to find the runners in Omar Bougiel and Joe Pijat, who are playing at the top for Wimbledon, but that one again overcooked as Livramento brings it forward for Newcastle on the right hand side over the halfway line. It's still 0-0 here after 17 minutes at St James's Park. In truth, it's been pretty even. Some goals coming through in the Champions League. Borussia Dortmund 1-0 up against Celtic. Emre Can, who many will remember as a Liverpool player once upon a time, opening the scoring there in the first 7 minutes. It was a penalty to Borussia Dortmund.
It's a little bit scrappy. You've got to say Barnes in space here.
Yeah, that run was on all the time, wasn't it? Fabian Schär finds Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes cut onto the right-hand side. Has a go! Oh! Beautifully finesse shot from the edge of the box. And we were right behind that, weren't we, Paul? And it just a couple of inches to the right of the post, and a really good play. We've seen him score those goals, haven't we?
He had to start it quite wide to get it around Biller. Sharp will drift it forward. Almiron's onside and he brings it down. Can he get the shot away over the bar? But to get there, he just kind of jumped Shaw's long ball. Almiron just stayed onside. I was looking at the assistant on the far side, kept his flag down. He jumped to control it, and then when he brought it down, it was an instinctive left foot volley flashing over the top.
Fabian Schär once again with a fantastic ball. He's found Harvey Barons earlier that led to his shot and goal that we just described a few moments ago, and that was a fantastically weighted ball to Almiron. Brought it down really well and made a bit of a mess of the finish. Blazed over the bar. Big chance for Newcastle at the best of the game so far.
Longstaff drills along the floor to Fabian Schär. Schär goes down under the challenge, appeals for the penalty, and there's the second one. Almiron goes down. Well, Schär wanted the penalty, and the referee has signalled. He's given a corner. Has he given a corner? Because the signal for a penalty is he on against the chest.
I think he's given a penalty here, Paul.
I think the referee has given a penalty.
I think the linesman gave it. He waved his flag, the linesman. The referee took a moment and seems to have pointed to the spot. There is confusion here.
The traditional signal is an arm across the chest with the flag to signal a penalty kick. Schär went down under the first challenge. The Wimbledon fans are booing, but I think Almiron was tripped. Referee Darren Bond is going across. He's showing the yellow card. Fabian Schär, who has got 16 goals for Newcastle United in his 193rd game. He's played 9 EFL Cup games or Carabao Cup games. He's yet to score in the competition for Newcastle United. He's got a chance with the penalty. He's up against Omar Goodman, right-footed. Calm as you like.
We've seen 2 good penalties here in the last few days, haven't we, Paul? Really calm, really collected from Fabian Schär. I was surprised to see him step up and take it, if I'm honest, but that was brilliant.
If a penalty could describe a person, that is Fabian Schär. Calm, relaxed. He just walked up Sunday afternoon. I'm going to go and get the newspaper. What, do you want anything? Yeah, no bother. Bang, 1-0.
There wasn't even that much power on it, and the goalkeeper probably could have done a bit better, to be honest with you, Paul, because the shot's not into the far corner, really. It's slightly to the right of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's sort of rooted to the spot slightly and didn't react quick enough. Wimbledon will be gutted with that because they've really defended very well this first 45 minutes, giving themselves a big chance to get something from this game, and now right before half-time, that is a bit of a killer blow. Slightly concerned expression on Eddie Howe's face. Probably not the most convincing performance as the long throw is taken from Hippolyte into the box, and it took a bounce there, which you're told at schoolboy level, never let it bounce when it goes into the box. It is eventually hacked away, and Almiron can break here for Newcastle. It's 3-on-2 at the moment. If Almiron can find Joe Willock on the left-hand side, he does, but it's a bit long. Joe Willock has the legs to get onto it, though. Joe Willock still charging into the box for Newcastle. And he looked like he was going to run it out of play, but he just squeezed it across, but it was cut out by Wimbledon. A good chance there on the break for Newcastle.
I thought he'd overcooked it. I really thought that he'd overcooked it. Livramento peels the ball inside. Longstaff goes chasing after it, and Joe Lewis, who I think has really been a standout performer for A.F.C Wimbledon tonight. The man from Neath Henry just clears that one away.
Absolutely. He's marshalled that back line so well. He's been on the end of pretty much every cross into the box, and they're unlucky that they obviously gave away a penalty. Other than that, they've not put a foot wrong at the back.
Gordon crosses in from the left-hand side. Almiron tries to get around the back. He waited and waited for it to come, and by the time it reached him, he was almost on the byline and could only steer it into the side netting. Yeah, really good play from Gordon on the left-hand side. Probably his preferred position as well. Good to see him playing there. Cuts back onto his right foot, swung a really good ball to the back post, and Almiron, it was just slightly too far for him. Not ideal for Almiron, who's a left-footed player coming in at the back post. If he was right-footed, he might have had a bit more of a chance of converting that towards the goal, but good to see Gordon getting involved in the first few minutes of him coming on. Challenge comes in on Kelly. Referee blows the full-time whistle. Newcastle United 1, A.F.C Wimbledon 0. It was not the brightest game of football. It was not convincing. However, we've managed to get ourselves over the line, and that's what counts. We're into the fourth round of the Cup. Got the job done. We played Chelsea next, and that's all we needed tonight. It wasn't comfortable, it wasn't pretty, and I can see looking out there, there's a few players on their haunches. I think they had to work quite hard towards the end then. Full credit to Wimbledon, who came here with a huge section of fans up in that top area who were singing all the way through. They put in a fantastic performance as well. In the end, just a penalty, the difference between the two sides. They had their moments, but Newcastle
come through it and stay in all cup competitions.
That's it.
Which is the main thing, really.
That will do us.
That will do us
nicely. That will certainly do us.
And this could have been a banana skin, Paul.
Yeah.
I was here when we lost to Cambridge 1-0 on Kieran Trippier's debut, I think it was.
It was.
Yeah. I remember thinking, wow, like, how on earth could a team like Cambridge come up here? But it happened. So this was always going to be a tough evening for Newcastle. You can see it on their faces. They're knackered and they're relieved to have got through that, because Wimbledon were hard to break down. They had pace on the wings. Their front two of Pijat and Bugiel, especially in the first half, caused our back line a few problems. So in the end, a professional performance from Newcastle. Not convincing. It wasn't our strongest 11. We'll play tougher teams. We'll play better games in the season. But in the end, through to the next round of the Cup. That's all we wanted.
It is. Thank you very much, Henry Winter. This is it from Radio Tyneside for this evening. 2 football commentaries in the space of 3 days. We got a draw against Manchester City at the weekend, and tonight, wouldn't you know it, we've got through to round 4 of the Carabao Cup. It wasn't pretty, decided by a Fabian Schär penalty on the stroke of half time. Newcastle United won, A.F.C Wimbledon 0. From me, Paul Laverick and Henry Winter, thank you very much to listeners of Radio Tyneside and Prince Bishop Hospital Radio. We will be back for the next home game. That will be against Brighton in a few weeks' time. But in the meantime, we will return you to your regular programmes. And if you're in the hospital, do get well soon. Bye for now.